I mean, I'm really lucky in the sense that I've got like a great group of friends that I make music with. To me, it's always kind of felt like a band because, I've got the same guys that I produce the records with and the same guys that I write all the records with, and it's just a small team of my friends. So, the fact that the pandemic hit and we weren't able to play shows or tour or travel or anything, I think for me, the biggest difference was I just had more time to actually work on the creative stuff. So for me, I actually enjoyed it because, as much as I do love playing shows, I really love being in the studio and creating songs. So I feel like I've been able to stay motivated. Yeah, so I've been a fan of them for a long time, and we were writing the last EP for Don't Wake Me, I'm Dreaming, and it was between Palm Springs and Malibu. We had these two songs that were, my anticipation was that I really loved Palm Springs, and I thought Malibu was more of like a chill song. And before Noted had jumped on it, it was more of like kind of like a mid-tempo Tame Impala kind of vibe, and then I played it. My one co-writer DCF was like, I know the guys in Noted, and I think they would really like this song because they're working on new music right now. So we just sent it to them pretty like organically because I guess he had worked on a record with them, and we heard back quickly and they liked it and they sent us a version quickly. And so it's been about 12 months now that we've been sending versions. Yeah, I think I listen to a lot of country music. I don't know why. I just like country music a lot, and I feel like they've always country writers are so good at telling a story. And my dad, I grew up like listening to this artist named Delbert McClinton from Fort Worth, Texas, and my dad had a bit of a personal relationship with him. He used to travel and watch him tour. And one day, my dad had ran into him in maybe Atlantic City or something like that, and he was like, he had a southern accent. He was like, "Now, Mike, are you following me?" And my dad was like, "No, I'm not following you. Like, I'm traveling for business, and I've planned it with my girlfriend so we can come travel and watch you." And anyway, he told my dad some stories, and he said, every song that I write, there's got to be a little bit of a story in it, and a little bit of a true story. So that's kind of just been something that's stuck with me. I know I've had like so many concerns. I'm like, I wonder if people are just going to be like so sick of me talking about California. But I had like such a wild experience there in terms of like, I had a relationship that didn't work out, and that like I learned a lot. I had to grow a lot in that process. And I had like, a traumatic experience where like, I was robbed and I had to like find my way back to Canada without ID. And it was like so insane. And so there was just like, it was such a short period of time for me, but so much happened so quickly. And I heard a really good example of like what the word trauma means. And it just means like too much too soon. And I thought, like, I know that's a really simple explanation of something that's really serious, but, like, so much happened so quickly there, and I wanted to tell those stories. And I feel like, we're just finishing telling those stories now with Malibu. Yeah, it was like a pretty, traumatic experience. I was, on my way home, and I don't really want to jump in too much on the details on it, but it was kind of like a really low point in my life because I just had a breakup that was like really bad. This had happened, and I was like, I felt so isolated in Los Angeles, and luckily I did have a cousin that lived there, but I mean, really what that was, it was just such a big turning point in my life to like want to be closer to community. And it kind of like, like the way I could describe it is I just wasn't living properly. I was drinking too much. I was careless. I was making decisions that were careless. You know what I mean? that, you know, young people make, you know, and then the more perspective I get, you know, the older I get, I guess, the more I go, wow, I'm scared of everything